And welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint. Joining us today, Assemblyman Michael Novikov, who serves District Number 45, that is Kings County, Brooklyn, New York. Assemblyman, good to see you as always.
Good to see you, Ted.
Busy week here in Albany. You took part in some hearings, one specifically the local government budget hearing, where you heard some of the responses from New York City's newly minted mayor, Zohran Mamdani, and he addressed a number of the concerns that you and your colleagues had about the city, where it's going, the direction, the myriad of problems, trash piling up, housing issues, affordability. Specifically, his relation to New York City's Jewish population, which numbers nearly a million, over a million actually, if you include Nassau, Suffolk, and Westchester. What's your overall takeaway from what you heard yesterday?
Well, I think we're still in talking mode instead of action mode, because Mayor Mamdani did not show any real action to combat anti-Semitism. However, he's saying, if you see his responses on some anti-Semitic attacks in New York City, he's like, we need safety from my Jewish brothers and sisters. So it all, the words are good. The words are very beautiful, but there's no action. And I think we discussed that last time. He mentioned, when I questioned him, he mentioned his anti-Semitism czar, Miss Wisdom, who is not likable by the Jewish community. So why not choose someone who is likable in Jewish community, who is being trusted in Jewish community? But he still chooses a person who is Jewish, but doesn't. We don't think that she fits that role. We don't trust her. And this is what tells us about the absence of real actions. Again, we will see budget-wise, we will see what's going to happen. And because, listen, we know this guy. He wants to defund the police. And by defunding the police, you can't protect any community, including Jewish community, by defunding the police. So how that correlates with him saying that, yes, we need more safety for the Jewish community, but at the same time, defunding the police, at the same time, repealing those executive orders that Mayor Adams signed to protect the Jewish community after October 7th attack, I apologize. How that makes Jewish communities safer? I don't get this. Unfortunately, I had only 3 minutes, and that's not enough to discuss that huge issue. However, within those 3 minutes, I was able to, first of all, to say to Mayor Mamdani that my community, my Jewish community, wants him to feel our pain, and I think this is very important. If Mayor Mamdani can feel pain of another nation, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see that. I still believe in any person being a human being, at least.
Assembly, we have a clip, a little Q&A between you and the mayor,
Yes.
and you cover some of that. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll come back with Assemblyman Michael Novikov.
Since taking office, can you name one concrete action that has measurably increased safety for Jewish New Yorkers? I'm asking about operational steps, enforcement, security, coordination, and of course funding. What changed on the ground?
So funding changes are ones that will occur over the course of this budget process. So on February 17th, it's the first stage of our preliminary funding, our preliminary budget that we will release. That will then continue through the end of June, by which point we will come to an agreement on that budget. Through that, we will see changes in funding, changes in support.
So it's going to come through funding, but not all the problems the city faces are about lack of money, obviously.
I believe that our new mayor is a trend maker. and he proved it on social media. He's a trend maker. Do we like it? Do we like it or not? That's a different question. So I would love for him to make a trend of respect, not a trend of hate.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, the media treats him as always a rock star. He has that certain appeal, and I mean, overall, I think he was gracious in the way he handled himself. He handled himself pretty well, I thought. He said the things that you would expect a new mayor in his position to say. But as you point out, I mean, the actions ultimately speak louder than the inclusion and diversity rhetoric. You got to back
Chad,
it up with actions.
I'm interrupting you, but I think that it's all a theatrical act. And for him, he's playing politics because that appeared an easier show to play than to be, I don't know, let's say a successful rapper, right? That he tried to be, but failed. He didn't became as popular as he planned, I believe. So politics is another stage for him, another theater. So he's and I have to admit, he's a great showman. He's a great showman. It's just that we're not, mm, we're his constituents. We're not people who purchase tickets to see the show, and this is a serious matter. So for him, and anything like any press conference, any briefing, any public hearing, for him it's a stage, and he knows that he attracts so much media and so much media attention to him that he plays that role. He smiles, he jokes, he's being very nice with everyone, right? Even my colleague Ari Brown, who asked very good and very tough, straightforward questions, that yes or no style questions. And by the way, I was sorry to hear that Democrats shut him down and stole his precious 3 minutes, part of his time, saying that this is a budget hearing, and please ask questions about the budget. And I had to revise my questions a bit so I wouldn't be shut down like Ari Brown was. Uh, and So that was very unfortunate. I mean, the questions that Ari asked, but at the same time, look at Mamdani. He was pretty calm. He was very wasn't emotional, right? So he knows how to play his role. He knows his script very well. Once again, anything like that is a show for him. He's a showman and very good showman. I have to admit that. But we're not in the theater. Um, we have people's lives, and this is a serious matter. This is a serious. This is our lives. This is not a theater. If I went theater, I'm gonna buy a Broadway ticket.
That's right. That's right. Now, what kind of a relationship do you think he will have with the governor? I mean, New York City's mayor and the governor and the state, they have to work. They have a symbiotic relationship. They need to work closely together. New York City's $12 billion in the hole, as you know. How do you see that playing out here in the coming months?
It's an interesting relationship, as we see from the moment that Governor Hochul endorsed Mamdani, and we will know that Governor Hochul is not from a very she has been a kind of a centrist uh, before Democratic Socialists started to take power in New York City. Now, in order to win her reelection this year, she's kind of moving to the left, more and more to the left. And her endorsing Mamdani endorsing her. It looks like she is losing control. That it's the Democratic Socialists who are controlling everything in our state now, the biggest city in our state and in the country. they're starting controlling Assembly, Senate, and finally the governor. So I think that's a very dangerous game that governor is playing with the Democratic Socialists, same as other Democrats in Albany, because they all are afraid of having primaries from Democratic Socialists. So they kind of, they need to play that game. They need to be friendly with them. And this is a very, very dangerous path.
We'll leave it right there, Assemblyman Novikov. It's been a pleasure speaking with you as always. And if you want to get in touch with Michael Novikov, dial him at his district office in Brooklyn. It's 718-743-4078. Assemblyman Michael Novikov. Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you. See you next week.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon on the next edition of Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint.